Advocates continue to fight for Rhode Island's children with poverty and opioids, a serious concern right now. That's part of the 2017 Rhode Island Kids Count Report and Fact Book, which was released today. Since 1994, the nonprofit has been studying children in Rhode Island and what needs to happen to improve their quality of life. WPRI.com reporter Dan McGowan joins us now. He's been looking over the numbers, so to speak. It seems like, Dan, every night you turn the TV on, you hear about the opioid crisis in southern New England. Does this take into account the problems that we're having with that? It
does. It's a pretty striking statistic. Over the last 10 years, basically, the number of babies affected by, by opioids in the womb has tripled. The rate has tripled. When you look at it in raw numbers, only 114 children in 2015, but still, it's a big increase, and like you said, that's where we're seeing, that's why we're seeing it. We do the Scouting for Food drive, and we talk about in the fall the real need for food for the Rhode Island Community Food Bank. It's like 1 in 5 live in poverty, 1 in 7. They're seeing that with children here too, right? You're seeing a huge number with children under the age of 6. So obviously our most vulnerable population, we're seeing almost 25% of kids living in poverty, living below that poverty line. So it's a real issue, and that number continues. It goes down a little bit as kids get older, but for babies and for little kindergartners, things like that, you're seeing that number pretty high.
Unfortunately, Dan, too, they're part of that working poor, that their parents are still working and they fall into that category.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's it. I mean, sometimes, generally we do have a safety net for families, but it's sometimes not enough.
All right, we've got to have something positive that came out of this.
Yeah, there are some good stories. One, graduation rates in high school have gone up 15 percentage points over the last decade, not 85%. That's really improving. It's better half of the country. And also immunization rates for children, for people under the age of 3, 77% compared to 72% nationally. So we are seeing an improvement in some places. Obviously, still more work to do.
All right, and for more on what Dan has to say, you can go to our website, WPRI.com.